Hey guys, it's Allison. I hope you are having a beautiful day so far. So today I'm very excited because I am filming a question and answer video for you. So I asked 4 questions on my Instagram, so if you're not already following me there, I would love to have you join and you can ask me questions next time as well. I just wanted to thank everybody who did submit questions. I had so many fun and sweet questions and I am going to try to answer them today. I do have quite a few, so I might split this up in a couple different videos, but keep on asking me questions whenever you feel like it. My inbox is always open and I love to hear from you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, how to make sure you're living your best life outside of college, like going to Disney or making sure you spend time with your loved ones. And this question is from @KatieGrace42. So this is a very good question, and I think Katie is just wondering how to find a balance between school and college and, living life and having fun. And this can definitely be a very difficult balance sometimes, unfortunately, especially when you're taking a lot of credits in school or you have some more difficult courses this semester. It can be very difficult to find a balance. But my biggest tip is to really optimize your time and try to stay as organized as possible. And unfortunately, you're going to have to cut out some things and make that sacrifice for your education because it is a very, time-consuming thing, and it is just a certain season of your life where you are pursuing your education, so you really will have to dedicate quite a bit of time with that and sacrifice. You're going to have to accept that. But I would say to make a list and write down everything that's important to you. So, your education, spending time with family, trips to Disney, or anything else, like maybe a small group or going out with a friend or date night. Make a list of everything that you want to make time in for your week, and then kind of observe yourself and see what else you're spending time on. Like maybe it's you're spending too much time on Instagram, or you're spending too much time watching YouTube videos. You can finish my YouTube video, but maybe you shouldn't watch so many because that can really eat up your time. Or maybe it's, spending too much time watching TV or anything like that. Really, that could really be taking place of something more important, like spending time with your family or spending time with your friends. So that's kind of how I deal with the balance between college and having fun, is really just optimizing my time and making sure I'm cutting out the things that aren't a priority in my life and that have been eating up my time, and making time for the things that really matter most. I hope I answered that. Okay, so now next question is from @Joes_notes. And she asked, what is your favorite lip color or brand? And I actually just discovered my favorite lip color probably about 6 months ago or something, and now I have a definite answer, and it is actually the lip color I'm wearing now. It might look a little funky because I put on a different lip color before because I was like, oh, I always wear the same lip color, I need to try something new. But then I was like, no, I like my favorite lip color, I'm going to wear it. So this is my favorite lip color on top of another color, and it is the Balm. It's by the Balm brand, and the line is Matte Hues, and the matte is spelled M-A-T-T-E, like a matte texture, and the color is Committed. So I'll link it down below because I know that was a mouthful, but it is my favorite color ever, and I actually bought the pack that comes with different colors, which was really nice because that way I could discover my favorite color, because your favorite color might be different than my favorite color if our skin tones aren't the same or whatnot. So I'll definitely link that below if you're interested in checking it out. Next question. This is from @RayLR_, and They asked, any tips on staying in a long-term relationship when things are kind of rough? Or tough. She said tough. They're synonyms. So this is a very good question. And if you don't know, my boyfriend and I, Brandon, we have been in a relationship for over 5 years. We've been together for a long time and it's been such a dream. But this is a very good question and it's tricky to answer. It depends how tough you're speaking of, because I truly believe if you're in a relationship that is constantly draining and tough, maybe that's not the best relationship, honestly, because I know in my relationship it's just natural. Like, it's not really hard to stay together and we're not constantly butting heads or anything like that. So it is pretty easy because we love each other and, you know, we're very compatible. So that just kind of works out. But let's say you're going through a rough patch or, you know, you're just having some arguments, but you still think you're really compatible and it's a healthy relationship. I would say you need to just lay everything on the table, you know, express your concerns and why you are feeling this discomfort and this stress towards your relationship, and maybe you guys can talk it out. And I know the toughest thing for Brandon and I is when we don't get to see each other very much, because we actually are in college at the University of Florida, and we try to see each other like 4 or 5 times a week, but sometimes like we'll only get to see each other 3 times a week or 2 times a week. And we've done long distance before when I was still in high school and he was in college, and we're about to be doing long distance again because he's graduating this semester. And that's kind of the toughest thing that we face, is just the long distance and not being able to see each other, because it really gets tough and it's just kind of tricky. But I would say to really just talk it out and express your concerns, because I know when I was first in my relationship, I would kind of just bottle up these things inside of me, and because I was like too shy to say it, or I was too immature to, you know, talk about it like adults. So I would just say lay it all on the table and really make sure that, first of all, make sure that this is someone worth your time and that you really, really care about, because once you find that love that is so pure and like easy, it's a lot more simple. I hope this helped. Okay, so next question. Janelle Campos asked me, what is your major and would you recommend it? So I did get a couple questions asking me what my major is. The Disney Designs also asked me what is my major as well, and I believe someone else did too. But my major is telecommunication production, and I know that is quite a funny and long word. So telecommunication could mean a few different things. I know if you Google it, it'll say just communicating through signals, and I don't even know. The definition on Google isn't really what my college describes it as, really. So telecommunication production is basically TV production, but you can't really just bottle it up in that category, because we actually do a lot of film work and documentary study and other things besides just television and live broadcast. So it's really a whole bunch of different things. I do have lots of on-hand experience in my classes working on studio sets and in the control room, and just learning how to be like a director, a producer, a technical director, and just all the different positions that would be in a typical newsroom, which is really, really cool and really, really fun, and I definitely enjoy that very much. And we also have like script writing classes, and just we kind of learn everything it takes to put on a full production, which is so fun. We do lots of storyboarding and everything like that, and I learn all about lighting and camera and focus and white balance and the whole thing that goes into producing. So it's really, really fun and I definitely enjoy it. So you asked if I recommend it, and I totally do. It's one of the funnest majors you probably could ever major in. But you definitely need to make sure like it's something you would want to do. So, and you know, this has some contingencies, because personally, as much as I do enjoy my major and I do enjoy being on TV sets and stuff like that, I don't know if I really want to be a producer, director, or technical director or floor manager in my career. I really love the journalism and communications college, which the TV production major is under, because everything in our college is really transferable. And what I mean by this is that students in advertising, and students in journalism, and students in PR really learn the basis of the entertainment industry. And it's just, even if I graduate with a degree in telecommunication and production, I could still very well have a career in advertising, which I actually am very, very interested in and have really been gravitating towards. But, you know, I don't need to change my whole major to be advertising just because I might want a job in it some days, because people do get hired with a telecommunication production degree in other jobs. So you asked if I recommend it, and yeah, I totally recommend it. It is tricky sometimes though too, because production is very, very technical, and there's a lot of little things that you wouldn't expect you need to know and need to practice. And for example, like my least favorite thing about production is probably editing, unfortunately. I just haven't developed a love for it yet. Maybe I will, hopefully, but I just don't get too enthusiastic about it. And there's so many things I don't know about editing, and that's kind of intimidating to me. So there's, even though my major is so much fun, there still are things that make me nervous, and I really have to work hard towards to do well in the course. So I would recommend it, but you definitely have to have a passion for whatever you're majoring for, or else it's going to be really unenjoyable, unfortunately. Like for me, example, I knew I wanted to major in this because I've always had a passion for the entertainment industry, and TV specifically I've always really loved. When I was younger, I used to work on sets all the time. I used to do lots of commercial work, and I just loved being on set and being a part of making this video or commercial, and it just got me so excited. So I knew this was something that I wanted to do. So that's kind of made it easy for me because I always had that love for it. But if you're having trouble figuring out what you want to do, I definitely suggest talking to other people. You have my recommendation for television production, but keep asking questions and seeing what the majors really entail. And sometimes you never know until you try, so it's worth giving it a shot. I hope that helped. Okay, next question. This is from @Lily's Laughing Place. Such a cute username. And she asked, what's your favorite Disney ride? Love this question. I absolutely love talking about Disney. So my favorite Disney ride is actually at Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World, and it is the safari, the African safari. And I just love animals with all of my heart. I have always been an animal lover. So being able to go on the safari and see animals that I do not see every day and get to observe them in their natural habitat is really, really exciting to me. And I absolutely love the whole feel of the African safari. They really take you to a different place. And I love how long it is too. I mean, it's a good 15 minutes, so let's say you have to wait 30-45 minutes to go on the ride. It's really worth it because it's not one of those like 1 minute, 2 minute rides. It's a really good ratio on riding and waiting for the ride, so I really enjoy that aspect as well. Okay, next question is from It's Nikki McMinn. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering your usernames, but I'm trying. And Nikki asked, how did you meet your boyfriend and how did you get your job at Disney World? So, two-part question. I'll definitely answer the first question, but the second question, how did I get my job at Disney World, was actually a repeated question. People wanted to know about my job and the audition process, because I do work at Disney and I went through an audition, and people have lots of questions about that, which I totally understand. I had tons of questions too before I went on the audition 2.5 years ago. So I totally get that, and I definitely would love to make a video for you just on this topic. So, and I'm gonna save your second half of the question for hopefully a full video, just really laying out the whole process of the audition, the Disney auditions. So let me answer your first question. How did you meet your boyfriend? So Brandon is my boyfriend, like I said, and we've been dating for 5.5 years. So crazy to me, like it flew by. And we met in high school. So he was a junior and we actually first met the summer before I went into high school. So I just got out of 8th grade, little baby. And we actually met at the gym. I wasn't even working out. I just went to go see a friend who was working out. It's funny because I was like talking to other boys and then I met Brandon. But oh my goodness, middle school love. Funny stuff. But yes, so we met at a gym and it was fine. We were just like, hi. And then, you know, weeks went by and he actually messaged me on Facebook. Gotta love social media. And he said, hi, were you at the gym today? Or he was like, hi, I saw you at the gym today. I'm sorry I couldn't talk for much long. I was going to go see a friend or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, that was me. He was like, oh, cool. And then we just started like, you know, chatting on Facebook. And then we just became like friends, you know, didn't really hang out that much, but had mutual friends, so we would see each other, you know, at sporting events at our high school or stuff like that. And then about 4 or 5 months after we first met in the summer, he started texting me more and I started texting him more, and we hung out a few times with mutual friends, and he would come to my lacrosse games because I played lacrosse in high school. So he was so sweet. He would come to literally all my lacrosse games, and I had a lot of lacrosse games, and he would take me home from them sometimes. And then one day it was one of our friends' Sweet 16 party, and we both were going, and before the party I was with one of my girlfriends getting ready, and he came over and he met my dad and just hung out for a little bit. And then we went to the party that night and it was really fun. We were dancing, and then I just kissed him. I just kissed him while we were dancing, and I just went for it. And then after that he was like, will you be my girlfriend? So I really sealed the deal right then and there. And we've been dating ever since. No breaks, no breakups, no stress, no, it's just been so great. I'm so thankful. I'm so blessed to have such a sweet man in my life who really encourages me and lets me chase my dreams and supports me throughout the way, and just has such a positive demeanor, and he's such a positive addition to my life. So I'm so thankful for that. But that's how we met. A little long story. So he was a junior and I was a freshman in high school. So that was fun. I just didn't think he liked me because, you know, when you're in high school and if you're a freshman and then there's an upperclassman, like, you think that's just so much older than you and you think that's just so out of your reach, but hey, you never know. So that answers that, and I think I'm going to end the Q&A here actually, because this video is getting quite lengthy because I am just rambling on and on, but I still have quite a bit of questions, so I will film another Q&A maybe next week or the week after, probably get it out to you next month. So that we can have more Q&As, the better, right? So feel free to ask me any additional questions and I will add them to the list for the next question and answer video. And you can comment them down below, you can DM me on Instagram, you can tweet me, you can send me a message on Pinterest, whatever your heart desires. I'd love to connect to you on all my social medias and we can stay in touch. Thanks again guys for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye!